everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, Fixing It Up with Sandra. In case you're new here, I'm Sandra, and today we're gonna switch it up again. We're gonna do a fun craft that I've been wanting to do selfishly for me, but this would be a great Mother's Day gift. So this is something that you can take and make it your own. I'm gonna show you a couple of different options on how to make these adorable coasters. And yeah, I think these are gonna be a great gift. I personally love handmade gifts. Those are my absolute favorite. One time my friend gifted me some coasters that were done on tile, and they were like, it was almost like cartoonish the way she took a photo of my cat and then kind of made them like cartoonish. And those are like one of my prized possessions. I absolutely love them. So I actually saved them and put like a little popsicle stick behind them so I could prop them up because I just love them so much. I didn't want to just use them for coasters. I wanted everybody to see them because they're just beautiful. But today we're gonna do wood ones. We're gonna be using Jenga blocks from the dollar store and a little Mod Podge. I told you we'd be getting into that. And yeah, let's point the camera down and get started with this really fun craft. So like I said, selfishly, I'm seeing that we're a little crooked, but selfishly, I'm wanting to do this for me. I need coasters. I don't want to buy them because I want to make them myself. And I thought this would be a great tutorial. And so now I'm gonna have the exact kind of coasters that I want. So like I said, what we're gonna start out with are the Jenga blocks. You can get these at the dollar store. They come in the big packs, they come in the small packs. It's up to you how many coasters you want to do. Again, great gift for Mother's Day and Father's Day, or just a gift in general. I did prep some right here, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna take 3 Jenga blocks, and in case you can't see that, you're gonna take, what's great is that they come in stacks of 3. You're gonna take 3 separate Jenga blocks, like so, and you're gonna glue them together, like this, okay? And you're gonna do 4 of these to make 1 coaster. Now, everybody knows that, well, anybody who's bought these, oh, Coco has joined us. You know that these are not exact size. All of the Jenga blocks are the exact size. So you might have a little, you know, kind of wonkiness going on, but that's okay. So I took my 3 and I glued 4 sections together. Now, my hot glue gun is heated up. So what I'm gonna do is take one that is going horizontal and glue it with one that is going vertical to kind of give it like a neat pattern. And because we are gonna Mod Podge over it, you're not gonna really see this pattern except for the other side. But in my mind, it makes a difference. So, all right, so we're gonna glue that together. So you have the bottom. And then we're gonna take this piece right here and we're gonna glue it to that piece. So see the pattern? So I'm just gonna glue that right here. And when you're gluing, if the hot glue starts to pop out from the seams, just wipe it off if you can. Be safe about it. Don't burn your fingers. But I just try to, you know, kind of smooth it out. How is this gonna go? Okay, so I need this side and this side. All right. And so now we've got our coaster, okay? All right, so now we've got our coaster, and see how the pattern does make a little bit of a difference. And so we've got 5 of them. Like I said, I did these earlier. Now, if you're a stickler and you're like, I need perfection, you can sand the sides to make them all completely even. And you can even use wood filler to fill in like the little tiny gaps if that's something that really bothers you, or to kind of make it even, because it's not perfectly even for sure. But yeah, you can use wood filler, you can use a sanding sponge. I'm trying to think, the sanding block, not sponge. But yes, you can do that, or you can just leave it the way it is. I'm just scratching off the the glue. Or you can just leave it the way it is and say that it has a little bit of character. So today, like I said, we're gonna be using Mod Podge. Now, I want one side of my coasters to be really pretty. So, well, they're both gonna be pretty, but you know what I mean. So we're just gonna stain one side. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Actually, I'm gonna grab another, we're just gonna use a paper towel. Now, I've always found when I stain the wood from the Dollar Tree, I get a really beautiful color. I really like it. This is, just so you know, this is the stain that I use for so many of my projects. I absolutely love it. It's the perfect color. And I just want to stain one side because remember, the other side we're going to do a little Mod Podge. So I'm just doing a little bit of the light stain just to make it look fancy. And it's not too much. It takes it to a yellowish tint, and I'll show you here in just a moment. Don't forget the sides. I want the sides to be all stained. And I don't recommend using a paper towel. It's just what we have on hand right here. So that's why we are going with it. Okay. All right. I'm pretty happy with them. I'm gonna wipe it all, the excess off. We're not gonna wait for this to dry. We're just gonna go ahead and go right into it, but I do wanna show you the difference. Okay, so here is my stained, here is my unstained. So I just think it needed a little bit of oomph before we continue on. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it like this. Now, I wanted to stain it. You can do this with napkins. If you saw our crushed can tutorial, you can use napkins, which is a great, and I have a napkin right here, which is a great way to do it. I don't want flour napkins, but you can pull these apart, get the backing off of it so you've got just the floral piece or whatever pattern you decide to go with. And then you can Mod Podge that onto here. What we're gonna use though today is that I have this Vintage Treasure designer paper. You can use this for so many things. I absolutely love this one. I'm all about vintage. That's like my thing. And so I wanna use this paper with the envelopes. And what's great is that it already looks all Mod Podge together. We don't have to worry about trying to find envelopes. All right, this is gloss. These are both gloss. It's not my fave, but again, we're using what we have on hand. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead, it's a little dry right here, pull that. And I get this at the dollar store. So, making a big mess. I'm just gonna use my scissors and pull this dry bit out, if it'll even come out. There. All right, so toss that over to the side. So we have our Mod Podge, and what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just dump a little bit onto my stained side. I couldn't think of that word. Just gonna brush it on. Be somewhat generous with it, okay? You don't want, because the wood might start to soak it in just a little bit, so you just want to make sure you have enough to where that paper is going to stick. All right. I think I got plenty on. You know what? And then I'm actually going to cut out almost the exact size. It's going to hang over the edge a little bit, which is totally fine because I'm going to sand it. So I kind of get like a rustic-y kind of edge. All right, so now we've got that on there. I'm just gonna bend this down, make sure that I got it really on here. All right, press it all down. I am going to cut off a little bit of the excess. I don't need that much hanging over. All right, there we go. So super cute, right? And now I'm gonna go over the top. Again, I'm gonna pour a little bit of Mod Podge over this. Now, once this dries and you've sealed it, you got it like it's exactly the way you want it. You can use a polyurethane gloss to like triple seal it, double seal it, whatever you want to do. Now, the coasters that I have that my friend made me, they were just Mod Podged, and even when you set a cold drink on it and it has condensation on it, my coasters nothing happened to them. They didn't break, they didn't fade, nothing of that sort. They didn't warp, nothing. So I'm just gonna try to brush off some of this extra. All right, now it's trying to like come up on the side, but that's okay. Just gonna really smash that down. Kind of use my fingers a little bit. I just want to seal, like make sure that on the edges that it's all like nice and flat. And sometimes you have to go over it a few times until it starts to somewhat dry. And like I said, I still like have like paper going over the edge, which is totally fine because I'm going to take a sanding block to this. All right. All right, so I think I've got most of the bubbles out of it. And like I said, these are not going to be perfectly flat because my wood is not perfectly flat, which is not a problem. Let's see if I can get this one. And I know I should be staining them all right now, but I'm actually gonna do the worst thing ever. I'm gonna stain them all later. All right, again. And you can do this with, you can put pictures on there of the little ones. Moms can put their kids' pictures. Now there is a way to do a transfer of a photo. We're not gonna do that today. So check out Pinterest or YouTube and you can see how you can take a photo and then have a photo transfer with Mod Podge onto your wood, because you can do that, which I think is another adorable way to make the coasters for mom if you're in fact doing this for Mother's Day. All right, got it down, and we're just gonna do a little bit of the top. And I'm gonna let these dry, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how I'm gonna sand the edges. Like I said, this is a really super fast, super easy craft. And again, great, just because presents, like if you're just like, you know what, I just wanna get you something or make you something because you're just awesome. These are a great gift. And let's see, again, we're gonna push down all the sides. Got a couple of bubbles, but yeah. All right, we're gonna let these dry and I'll be right back, and we're gonna sand the edges. All right, so now our coasters are dried, and you know what, it has like a little bit of a wrinkle to it. I don't, you know, and I actually don't mind the gloss. I would have preferred matte, but the gloss isn't too shabby. So I love how this looks. And like I said, we're gonna use our sanding block to clean up the edges. Now I do have like a little bit of paper that hangs over, totally fine. Now just be gentle. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel off this piece that's the sanding block is taken off. There we go. And just be gentle because again, we are using Dollar Tree wood, so you don't want to sand too hard. All right, and just go around the edges. Like I said, I'm kind of like trying to distress mine a little bit, so I'm not worried about like making any kind of mistakes. You know, actually it's probably easier if I hold it. And if there's any paper that is hanging over the edge, when you sand it, it'll pull it right up. And if you're gonna ask what grit this sanding block is, I honestly have no idea. So I'm so sorry, I'm not gonna be able to answer that. All right, so now, again, we're just gonna go kind of like on top. And it does take a little bit of effort. I'll show you here in just a second. All right. And you don't have to do this if you're not looking for a distressed look, okay? And this is a great way to even out your sides if you're not thrilled about them not being all the same size. And it's not taking too much effort to do this. Now I am going to put one more coat of Mod Podge on here. Now, I don't think it'll be super obvious to you on the video, but there is a slight, okay, let's see if I can there is a slight like distressed edge, and you can keep going to get the kind of distressed look that you want. But I just wanted it to just be like a little bit. It makes the paper more flush with the wood, and that's why I wanted to do this. And plus it's supposed to be vintagey, it's supposed to be old. So just go around like so. Okay, I'm really happy with how this came out. This piece is already stained, so it's exactly how I want it. So we're just gonna do one more layer of the Mod Podge on top, and then I believe I will stain it with some not stain it, I'm sorry. Go over it one more time with a polyurethane. I don't have any here, it's at my shop, but it's just a clear like gloss, just to give it one more layer of protection. All right, and that is it. And you have your wooden coasters. And if you have a Cricut, I do, but I am not so good at it that I want to teach people how to use it. But if you have a Cricut, you can get real creative. You can make these monograms, you can do whatever. But what do you think of this craft? And again, Mother's Day is just right around the corner. You don't have to go all out and, you know, like go to the store and spend a ton of money. I think, well, I think most moms are like me. And nothing like says I love you better than a handmade gift. So if you can get one with your kids' pictures on it, how adorable. Maybe somebody can help them. And I'm just evening this out. But this is such an adorable craft, and I can't wait to get these on my table so we cannot make rings on my newly vintage furniture. So anyways, I'm going to finish these up and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so that is it for our super adorable, again, love mine. I can't wait to get these on my kitchen table. And like I said, I am so happy with the little bubbles in it. Now you can smooth them out, the bubbles. Use a little bit less Mod Podge. Use your fingers to kind of smooth out the bubbles, but super adorable. This is the back side. I still got to stain this one, but what do you guys think about an easy DIY Mother's Day, anytime gift? I'm happy you're my neighbor, thinking of you kind of gift. Let me know in the comments. We're gonna be doing some more. Like I said, I'm feeling so good. So we're gonna start doing some more tutorials that are just a little bit of everything. So anyways, talk to me in the comments. Let me know what you think. And thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure that you're subscribed. You want to hit the notification bell because you never know when I'm going to upload a tutorial. So that is it for today. And I thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again in my next tutorial.